Hey guys, Monastery here, and in today's video we're gonna take a closer look at all the new content, all changes that will happen in Destiny 2 Episode Echoes Act 2 today. So before we go over changes that are happening to existing stuff, let's talk about the new stuff first. So the first addition in today's update with Act 2, pretty much we're gonna have story continuation. We're gonna go even more and even deeper into this whole seasonal Vex story, and there's also a change, since you will now be able to speed through the story, unlike in Act 1, because in Act 1 you were time gated each week, which meant that you could only play single steps of the story every week. By now you can just fly through the story and play as much as you want, either today, next week, or whenever. For me personally, I will fly through the story and just get everything done, so I have access to everything that is new. But for you, if you like to do your story slower or over the next few weeks, you can just do that over the remainder of the time. Also, alongside all of that new story stuff, there will be 3 brand new Battleground missions added that you will be able to play while progressing the story. The next thing I want to talk about is we are gonna get 2 new weapons and 1 old reprised weapon. The first and most anticipated weapon that has come into the game is called Abberant Action. It is a new rocket assisted solar sidearm, which I am looking forward to as well. This weapon will be able to roll with things like Heal Clip in the 3rd column and Incandescent in the 4th. This weapon might be a really strong contender to the Indebted Kindness that is also in the energy slot. So if you don't have a good Indebted Kindness, you can get this weapon and craft it. Other than that, there will be a new arc heavy burst pulse rifle called Corrasion. This weapon is 3rd of the new archetype and might be a nice alternative for the Salvation's Edge raid pulse rifle. This weapon can come with things like Volt Shot in the 4th column. And the 3rd weapon, that is a new returning weapon, will be the Perfect Paradox, which will now have an origin trait and new perks on it. So this weapon got reintroduced back in Season of the Dawn, and it was an alright shotgun. Sadly, it got sunset, but since weapons are being brought back slowly to the game, this weapon will come back and now have an origin trait called Cast No Shadows, which will refill 20% of your magazine when you deal melee damage, which will be pretty cool with something like 1-2 punch or even trench barrel. So the Corrasion and the Abberant Action will be craftable, unlike the Perfect Paradox, which will not be craftable. So I will make a video about all 3 weapons soon and go into the god rolls and what you want to keep and what you want to craft on the Corrasion and the Abberant Action. So subscribe to the channel and look out for that video soon. So now that we talked about all the new weapons and the new story, there's also a new row of new artifact perks that we will get this update. The first perk is going to be Anti-Barrier Sniper, which will give all your equipped snipers anti-barrier rounds. The next mod is going to be Authorized Mod Scavenger, which will reduce the energy cost of your scavenger armor. Once you unlock this perk, your armor scavenger mods will be reduced by 1 point. The 3rd mod we have is called Solar Fulmination, which will increase damage and radius of solar ignition. This perk will pair pretty well with the next 2 mods that we will get, because the next one is Incendiary Rounds, which will cause solar sniper precision hits to scorch targets hit by it. And lastly, we will get Sniper's Meditation. This will give you a stacking damage buff when you deal damage with sniper rifles. Heavy sniper rifles will get 2 stacks per shot. With these mods, weapons like Whisper of the Worm, Still Hunt, Distant Tumulus, Ikelos Sniper Rifle, the Domino, the Long Walk, Uzume RR4 will be pretty good, because all of these are solar sniper rifles and they will get a stacking damage buff that goes up to 5, I think. You will scorch targets on precision hits, you will be doing bigger and stronger solar ignitions, you can get more scavenger armor for your snipers, and you can even get anti-barrier rounds if you want. So keep a lookout for these weapons. I will also go into detail which weapons are pretty good to pair with this in a separate video, in a damage testing video, so keep a lookout for that as well. So that would be it with all the new stuff that is coming today. The things that will happen during Act time mentioned by Bungie are ability fixes, weapon fixes, and armor changes. First, Bungie mentioned that they will bring down swarm grenades and threaded Specter pretty much in line for PvP, because hunters are really able to spam these abilities in PvP and it can get quite annoying and strong. So the next thing Bungie will fix is the unintentional function of swapping armor on and off with the reserve mods on. Right now, if you have 3 reserve mods on, you will get a lot of ammo. If you switch off buff, you will still have that ammo. Soon they will fix it, so you will have the reserves mod on, you will swap off that armor piece, and then you will have less ammo like you should without the reserves mod. What they did to compensate us will be an increase in reserves ammo by up to 15%, and they will also reduce the cost of set reserves mods by 1 point in total. For weapon changes, they mentioned in the last tweet that they will be increasing the damage of Tex scout rifles by 30% in PvE, so keep a lookout for that. Weapons like Time Worn Wayfarer can be pretty good and nasty in PvE now. Another nice addition is for sniper rifles, they will reduce the flinch by 50% in PvE, which is a lot, and it will just be pretty good because we get all these new artifact mods which will just be pretty perfect. 50% less flinch is an amazing thing to do. Another thing that I'm looking forward to is that they increase Erianas Vow's damage against barrier shields by a total of 67%. This is nice because it makes it an even better choice for dealing with anti-barrier champions. The last two things that Bungie mentioned they will change is that they will remove the penalties from Adept mods, which were pretty nice to make them more usable on Adept weapons. And finally, Bungie shared that they will reduce the damage of Still Hunt when you use it with the Hunter Exotic Celestial Nighthawk by a whole total 25%. How this will play out, I will go over in a different video where I compare different weapons and see how the meta changed and what is good to use and what is not good to use. So that will be it for today's video. If you like this video, subscribe for more videos like this, leave a like and comment which is your favorite change or new addition to the game in this update. We will see each other next video, Guardian. Thanks for watching.